Yeah. Michigan. We're from DC, but we live in Georgia.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shorter drive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's a hell of a state to drive through, I'll tell you that.
Let's wait for the proper guidance, huh? Your whiskey ambassador will be along shortly to begin your tasting. Next stop, Coyote Creek.
Welcome aboard, folks. I'm your conductor. Now, thank you all for your patience while we wait on your whiskey ambassador. Now, this ain't no bandit bachelor back in act. We are here to sip and savor. Well, what am I saying? Y'all seem like fine, civilized folk. Now, these new railways are making it real simple to transport barrels of Uncle Nearest premium whiskey to Coyote Creek. And y'all get to sample some before we circle back to Durango. Let's see here now. It looks like we're all present and accounted for. Since we all got our feet in our stirrups, I'll just check in with our head engineer, Jeremiah, to let him know we are all set to depart to Coyote Creek. Let's see. Did you just say hoist the mainsail? I think you got the wrong metaphor in there, Jeremiah. I'd suggest keeping your phrasing on track. Get it? Hello? Okay, never mind then. Whew. Gets a bit confused sometimes, don't he? We go way back. God, jeez. Give a man a warning there, Jer. This ain't quite got my sea legs. I mean, train legs. Yeah. Well, y'all, your whiskey master will be here momentarily. So sit back, relax, enjoy those drinks now, and y'all, welcome aboard the Royal Railway. This is nice.
Now let me know if this is underway.
Oh, no, you're Arizona.
Wow.
This is nice.
Good day, folks! Hello, everyone! My name is Alan. I'll be your whiskey ambassador for today. So, some of you might be wondering, why a Filipino guy hosting a whiskey tasting like this, right? Am I? Okay, so first time I joined the ship, first time I sipped a whiskey, right away I fell in love with it, so I got my passion in it. I drink a lot of whiskey. I study whiskey. I even graduate of Wine Spirit Education Trust as well as sommelier. So what my master taught me is what I'm gonna share to you. So today we are traveling to Coyote Creek with barrels of Uncle Nearest premium whiskey, and we'll be having a chance to taste this extraordinary expressions as we make our way back to Durango. So Uncle Nearest premium whiskey is the fastest growing American brand, and one of the most awarded. As you can see on the flyer that's in front of you, those are the awards that this whiskey have accomplished, right? And today you'll also be learning about the history of Uncle Nearest or Nearest Green, and taste these three extraordinary expressions. So in front of you, you have the Uncle Nearest 1884, 1856, and the Uncle Nearest Straight Rye. And you have some snacks and water to go along with it. So who has done whiskey tasting? So we have two here. Okay. So also, I hope you still have some whiskey in your glasses. You haven't started that without me, right? Okay. Because we'll be tasting the whiskey, and I'll be guiding you in order to how to test this whiskey. And we'll be tasting each expressions by starting like swirling the glass to activate the aromas, and then smelling to identify the what do you call this one, the flavors, and sipping the whiskey to taste the flavors and finish up each whiskey. All right. So this is the process. So Tanko recognized Uncle Nearest extraordinary whiskey making skills. That's why he entrusted him to teach this young boy all about whiskey tasting. I mean, the whiskey making. And this young boy, as he grows up, happens to be the famous Jack Daniels. Right? So, beside you, or there's a group of people, and there's a picture with a group of people. Right? Then, if you look in the middle, there's a black guy with a black hat and a mustache.
That's Uncle Nearest.
That's not Uncle Nearest, but Uncle Nearest's son, which is George Green. And beside him, there's a white guy with a white hat with a mustache. That's the famous Jack Daniels. That's why Uncle Nearest's influence laid the foundation for what we know as Tennessee whiskey. Right? Okay, so there are two things that I want you to focus when we're tasting the whiskey, which is using your nose and take 2 sips. So I want you to say it with me. Use your nose and take 2 sips. Use your nose and take 2 sips. Okay, let's raise first the first whiskey, which is the Uncle Nearest 1884. Right? First one on your left. 1884 is the year where Uncle Nearest retired. And this Uncle Nearest 1884 is a small batch whiskey with a minimum age of 7 years in aging. Okay, so first, let's rinse first also your palate with water. Try to rinse some water. This is a 100 proof whiskey.
Just looking at his drip.
Excellent.
So that's
All right.
drips.
All right then.
Drip.
Now pass it through your nose again.
Oh.
So yeah,
From
you see
left
the
to right?
lines.
Okay.
Now let it go. Now the drip.
3 times and then smell to the 12. On the sweet flavor on the 12, what flavor did you get in there? Caramel? Aside from that, can you smell like raisin cookie?
It smells cherry.
Fruitcake.
Okay, now smell on the 6. Like white peppers? Uh-huh. Now let's taste the whiskey. Raise your glass. Let me do another toast. This time will be like a Scottish. We say slanja when we make a toast. But after you drink the whiskey, please don't break the glass. These are very expensive glasses. Right? So, slanja.
Slanja.
Okay, on the first sip, right away you feel it's much more smoother compared to 1884. Now have another sip.
No friends, I don't know. Ooh, I'm struggling.
Now, on the second sip, can you feel like there's a flavor like of nutmeg at the back? And also, you feel a warmth around here on the neck, right? Yeah. All right. If you feel a warmth around the neck, that's also an indicator of a high alcohol whiskey. Right? So, did you enjoy this? Okay, let's rinse our palate with water. So, also, any idea where do they get this flavor, like vanilla, chocolate, or cacao, and spices? For sure, they never add this thing on the whiskey. Very good, it came from the barrel. So what this master distiller do is, they age the whiskey inside the barrel, but the barrel, before they age it in there, they toast the inside of it, like from light toast, medium toast, or a heavy toast. Depends on how those master distiller want to produce the flavor. And commonly, they use American oak barrels. But now, they're kind of mixing it up. They use sherry cask oak. And also, the difference between American oak and from the European oaks, American oak has bigger pores because the climate in the United States is warmer. So you get more flavors on American oak, which is normally spice, vanilla, and chocolate. But you can also get some hints of coconut and pineapple. Not like in European oak, the pores of those barrels are like really finer because the weather is so cold. That's why they need to age those whiskey like can reach up to 30 years in order to get the best flavors, not like we're in the United States. Okay,
Wow.
so now
That's patience right there.
let's So tell me about the legs. When they were teaching me, when I was doing my training, they asked me, Alan, smell that whiskey. And then I smelled the whiskey. So they asked me, what flavor did you get in there? I said, I smell alcohol. No, try to pick up a flavor, like a scent. So I said, I don't know, but I know I smelled that thing before, but I can't remember. So what they did is, they asked me to go to the other table where there's like a set of food, like fruits, spice, petals, even salt, so it's all mixed up together. Then they asked me to pick up this cinnamon. Then I smell that cinnamon stick, and then I come back to the whiskey, and that's the time I smell the cinnamon. So sometimes it's just a reminder. Like also like if you see something like, for example, you have in front of you nuts, then you smell the whiskey, and that's the time you figure out, oh, it's another flavor. So it's all about the visualization, or like when they say something, that's the time you also pick up that flavors. Alright? So now I want you to rinse your palate. Let's go on to the next whiskey, which is the Uncle Nearest 1856. So Uncle Nearest 1856, this is what we call the, very good, legs. So the legs is an indicator of the alcohol content of the whiskey. If the legs are thick and it's dripping slow, it means it's a high alcohol. But if the legs are thin and it's dripping fast, it's a low alcohol. So this is an example of a high alcohol whiskey. This is a 93 proof whiskey.
What did he say? It does what?
I didn't.
Can you repeat that?
If the legs are thick and it's dripping slow, it's a high alcohol. But if the legs are thin and it's dripping fast, it's a low alcohol. So this is an example. It's kind of sticking like that.
Oh, I see it now. I see it. Yeah.
Okay, next, let's smell it. Pass it through your nose 3 times like this. Side by side. And then, try to close one of your nose, and then smell the whiskey on the top of the glass, like this, on the top. Or on the 12 o'clock of the glass. That's where you're going to smell the sweet flavors. And then, smell it on the 6 or on the bottom of the glass like this. That's you will smell the spice and alcohol.
That's big.
Oh, wow.
Did you
That was
notice
spicy.
the difference? Alright, so on the sweet flavors, what flavor did you get in there?
Big,
Caramel, very good.
Yeah, caramel, yeah.
Figs.
big Sam.
No.
Alright. If I mention the vanilla, can you smell the vanilla?
Yep.
Alright, because sometimes it's like you smell, you're trying to figure out what kind of smells that, but you cannot say it. So, like if I mention vanilla, that's the time you mention the vanilla, right? And all of us get different sense of smell, so whatever you ever smell in there, you are correct. That's why you'll never know if I'm telling the truth or not. That's in life. Okay, now, let's taste the whiskey. I want you to raise your glass, and let me do a toast. Follow me, please. For knowledge.
For knowledge.
Put in your forehead. For love.
For
For
love.
heart. For wealth. Beside your pocket.
Okay.
And my favorite part, for pleasure, in the middle. Salute.
That's why there's not kids on this. That's why.
Okay. Have a medium sip. And then try to hold it in your palate. Let it go down slowly.
I messed up. I swallowed.
How was it? Okay. Have another sip. Tell me about the finish. Okay. On the second sip, on the first sip, it's quite harsh a little bit, right? But on the second sip, the whiskey becomes much more smoother because your palate already adjusted on the high alcohol of the whiskey.
Justin.
So did you like this one?
They're all-
Okay, for some of you,
Where's that acid?
like feel a little bit harsh on the whiskey. Later on, I'll show you a twist on how to best this whiskey or smoothen this whiskey. Okay? So, also earlier, I mentioned earlier, this is also an example of a 100 proof whiskey. And who had rye before? And what are the basic characteristics of rye when you have the rye compared to spicy? Yeah. So yeah, it has a bite at the back and spice. Okay, now pass it through your nose.
Shooting complete.
And then smell it on the 12. I can smell apple. And then on the 6, it has a strong spice smell like nutmeg. Oh, look, you see a bandit there, right? But please don't attract their attention. Okay? Because we got barrels of whiskey in our train. We don't want them to coming in here. Okay, so next, let's try to taste the whiskey. I want you to raise your glass. Okay, so now, my deputies are serving you the famous sarsaparilla old fashioned. Right? So this sarsaparilla old fashioned is only available here on the train station. You'll never find it on other bars. And this sarsaparilla old fashioned is made out of Uncle Nearest 1884, sarsaparilla syrup, and root beer bitters garnished with vanilla foam and lemon twist. So please raise your glass. Now let's do another toast. Let's taste this sarsaparilla old fashioned. This time I'll be serious. As I always say, to the wood ship, to the ship that sails the seas, but the best ship are friendship, and may they always be. Sorry, I forgot we're on the train.
I like
Cheers,
that.
everybody. Okay, and then if you go to Schooner Bar,
Look at your
we
face.
have the bar where I bartend. That's where you're gonna find me later. Yeah. Old fashioned, and we even have espresso old fashioned. Right? And yes, we got the best whiskey.
Shooting complete.
To the station, and well, hell, I'd say the mood in here is a bit more spirited. We sure do appreciate y'all being here, folks. It's fine folk like you on board that's putting the civil back in our civilized society. Now, I'd be remiss not to mention some of the other fine dining offerings the Royal Railway has to offer. On one such route to Grand Junction, we offer some of the finest dining you can get out here in these parts. Perfect for setting you straight after a whiskey run. But we sure do hope you enjoyed your Uncle Nearest premium whiskey, and hope to see you all back here on the Royal Railway real soon. Folks, enjoy those drinks now, and we'll see you on down the road. Woo!
Second copy is yours, along with the Uncle Nearest voucher. What we got now? We got goodies?
I gotta give me an old fashioned. That's off the chain.
We got goodies? Or was that the bill?
That's the bill.
Folks, the second copy is yours, along with the Uncle Nearest voucher. We learned. Thank you. What's this?
Oh, it literally is the bill.
Uh-oh. Get up.